You're watching MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg. That's Jeremy Kimball getting ready to fight Dan Kramer coming up here on Bellator, April 4th. Jeremy, how you doing this morning?
Good. How about yourself?
Can't complain. It's obviously because you're in Mountain. I'm an hour earlier, so it's an early morning interview. What do you normally do first thing in the morning when you get up? Is it do you get up and work out first and then have breakfast, or you get up and have breakfast first and then work out?
I usually go for a run and then eat some breakfast.
And did you go for a run already this morning?
No, I usually go for a run about now. So
How far are you running today?
about 4 or 5 miles.
You do it by yourself, or is it a team effort? You bring everybody else with you?
Sometimes I do it alone. Sometimes Thomas Denton comes down and does it with me.
Why is Thomas coming today?
Yeah.
And what's the difference between when you're doing it by yourself and when Thomas is with you?
He makes me go faster, man. He pushes me.
All right, let's talk about Dan Kramer, your opponent. You're 10-4, he's 10-4, so record-wise, you guys are relatively close. But how you finish fights is a little bit different. Of your 10 wins, you have 7 KOs, 1 submission, and 2 decisions, where Kramer is more of a decision guy. He ends up getting into a lot of decisions quite often. So how do you break him down as a fighter, and let me know how you think this fight's going to end up playing out.
Well, I think he said it. I think he's a grinder. I think he wants to take me down. I think he wants to get on top, and I think that's where he's going to feel the most comfortable. I think he's going to throw some strikes with me, though, and as soon as I hit him, I think that's when he's going to try to be taking me down. So,
have you spent a lot of time on your defense for takedowns, knowing for sure that once you hit him hard, he's going to try and take you down?
Yeah, working a lot on it. I know he's an upper body guy, so I'm working a lot on that this time around, too.
Did you bring in any specific training partners for that, or has it just been the same guys you always have?
Same guys I always have. It's a short notice fight, so don't really have time to bring anybody in.
How much notice did you get for this fight?
I got the call last week, I think, for 3.5 weeks.
Wow.
Or I guess it was 2 weeks ago.
So is it? Were you already training in camp? Not really in camp, but were you already training and working out every day, or was it a situation where you kind of laying around and taking some time off, and then got the phone call, had to jump right back into it?
Yeah, I was taking some time off after my last fight. I was kind of back to training, kind of being fat, but it wasn't too hard to get right back into it. But at the same time, it was hard to flip that switch mentally.
Yeah, it is tough to go from I'm gonna have a beer tonight and I'm gonna hang out and screw around and not really take practice that serious. Learn a little bit more, but not be that intense. To all of a sudden, I have to be at 100% intensity again because of a fight coming up. Talking about fights, let's go back to your last fight a little bit. Perry Filkins was a loss. You got submitted, but really got choked in the third round. What happened in that third round that got you caught up? Because before that, it was a pretty gamed fight, and that was when you got caught up in the third. So explain that to us.
He caught me. I don't like to make excuses. I broke my finger in the first minute of the fight, so I was kind of battling that. I didn't tell my corner. They could have switched up the game plan. And for some reason, I just thought it would be safer to take him down and try to lay on top of him. But I could never get my grip going with that finger. And, he's a tough guy. You give him any opportunity, then he'll get the finish.
Which finger was it that you ended up breaking?
It was my middle finger. I don't know if you can see it right now, but it's all beat up. But...
And how is it now? Is it completely healed, or is it still bothering a little bit during training camp?
Oh, it's 100%. It'll always look ugly, but
there's always going to be an ugly finger and an ugly toe, especially if you want to fight. That's just how it works out. Though, well, with the Perry fight, obviously, then you're saying if your finger wasn't broken, everything would have been fine. Not fine, but you would have been a lot better, and you could kept the original game plan. In that fight, what was the original game plan going in?
To try to make him come after me and punch him, move. I was faster than him, so anytime he was swinging, I was just looking at his punches and go for the takedown when it was there and not rush the takedown.
Is the game plan pretty similar when you're fighting Dan Kramer, or is it a completely different game plan?
I think it's always similar with me. I think most of the time I'm going to be faster than my guys. I don't look like it, but I think most of the time I am faster than those guys. And if I just keep touching them and moving them, that's always the game plan.
That's Jeremy Kimball getting ready to fight Dan Kramer coming up here on Bellator MMA on April 4th up in Reno, Nevada. Jeremy, thanks for coming on to MMA Oddsbreaker, especially this early in the morning. I appreciate it. Have a good workout today. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.